I am heavy weapons guy, and this is my new weapon.
I need more bullets! I need more bullets! I need more bullets! I need more bullets! Bigger weapons! Bigger weapons! Bigger weapons!
That's the damn minigun!
What's up everyone, welcome to the primary overcharge Rhino Archgun build. So, we'll be using the new Arcane primary overcharge on our Archgun, which is core grappler and 11 total of whopping 460% multishot with prime dual rounds, and we'll also be utilizing dig from Salsa Kubro to have infinite ammo. Alright then, so let's get started. Starting with Rhino, I substitute Nourish instead of Dispensary because we have dig from Salsa Kubro to replenish our Archgun ammo, and Nourish is far more useful than Dispensary, so okay. We're mainly building for strength and duration, because Nourish, Roar, Iron Skin, Iron Charge, they're all scaling well with strength, and duration is important to upkeep our buffs, especially the buff from Iron Charge, because we'll be using this augment to go over 3000 armor and to have Arcane Battery give us 1000 bonus energy, which we'll need to keep primary overcharge active. So anyway, we'll have health conversion to have some armor for Iron Charge to multiply, and the rest are just for strength and duration. For the Archon shards, we'll be using 2 equilibrium purple shards to overkill our energy gain, because primary overcharge requires your energy to be above 90%. The rest are optional, you can go with parkour speed, casting speed. I personally just added some strength shards. Alright, so all of the stuff here are just for utility, we won't actually be using them. We'll just be using a Fentis in the beginning of the mission to give ourselves max ammo buff. Grimoire is to increase universal drops with Kara Canticle. You don't actually have to get kills with Grimoire to trigger this. And also Amalgam Barrel Diffusion for some roll speed. And Predos for Parkour Velocity buff. You can also use the new Arcane Melee Kareen to freeze enemies on roll, which is a nice addition. Okay, moving on to the Sasaku rope. So we'll be using dig to replenish our Archon ammo. One side note here is that this actually prioritizes your needs. What I mean by that is that if you're low on energy or health, it'll give you those orbs, so try to stay on max energy most of the time, not just for dig, but also to upkeep primary overcharge. We're also using link fiber to give armor to our dog. We'll have some health and health regen mods to allow our companion to health thing, and everything else is just standard stuff. For the gloves, just use elusive posture so that companion focuses more on digging, and 50% evasion is also welcome. Alright, last but not least, core grappler. So we'll have primary overcharge to give us 50% multishot, and cascade overcharge to give us 300% critical chance while overshields are active, which will be active all the time because of Iron Skin. Yeah, any build for viral says we have Nourish, so we'll have corrosive, magnetic, and radiation instead, and everything else is just standard Archon mods. And that's it for the Rhino Archgun build. I will leave you guys with the gameplay now. You can find the fashion frame at the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.
The Orokin Neural Sentry is attempting to purge you from this place. Stand by for life support. If you have a necromancer, this would be an excellent place to deploy it. You need to leave. Extraction is right. Tenor, the void has summoned a new presence and it craves our life support. Destroy these manifestations.